Hey ECY, welcome to our first ever episode on the Line, Youth Online. We are so excited that you've joined us. We have so much fun planned for you. I won't waste any more of your time. Let's just jump into everything that's going on.
G'day, I'm Muscle Yoid, and welcome to Season 2 of All Aussie Ventures. This episode, home adventures for the people stuck in quarantine. It's going to be a good one, and I think we'll enjoy it, so let's get cracking, shall we? A lot of people like to ask me, Muscle, what's your take on this coronavirus? In my opinion, it's nothing to worry about. It's not a big deal, alright? Hey, bro! 1.5 meters! Have you not heard of everything? Let's go! Get out! Now, a lot of you may know me from my features on ECYN. We're starting a radio show called Social Distance. Frankly, why you would name it Social Distance, I don't understand. Like, it's a radio show, there's no correlation there, if you know what I mean. It's just plain dumb, but that's alright. Moving past, you should really tune into that on Wednesday. For those of us stuck in quarantine at home, maybe thinking to yourself, there's nothing to do, Muscle. What am I going to do for the next 3 weeks? Well, lucky for you, I've prepared a wide range of activities to keep you busy as anything. Let's go. Now, the first activity that you can do at home is a pretty obvious one, cooking. I've got some standard ingredients. Everyone has them in their household, as you can see. Just some flaxseed meal, certified organic, macro ground flax seeds. Pure Soul vegan, so these are vegan for all you vegans over there, you weirdos. Got some sunflower seeds. We've got some green tea leaves, especially from Japan. They've got to be from Japan. Got some oregano leaves, and we're just gonna mix this together to make something just beautiful. The egg is important. I'm just gonna crack this on and oh. Look at that. Our hard work has paid off. Now, using just some simple ingredients, we've managed to come out with this beautiful pizza base and just like spot on. Video games is something else you can do while in quarantine. People always like to tell me, Muscle, you're not up to date with the new technology. What do you call this, mate? It's a Wii. Brand new. Now, I'm just going to play some Wii Sports. Start with bowling, so let's just see how it goes. Another skill you can do while at home, some good old-fashioned carpentry. Now, if you're not set up like me with a beautiful table saw, stick to the classics. There's nothing wrong with an old-fashioned hand saw. They were using these long before these things were ever invented, so just grab one of these. I'm sure you have one lying around and get to making. Now, I'm going to show you a few simple cuts to do on the table saw, just with this blank piece of pine here. But before we do, it's important to talk about safety. I'm just going to fire this up here to give you a real demonstration. Now, as you can see, it's imperative to keep your hands away from the blade. Never, ever, ever get near this with your hands. You always use a push stick or so. Oh! Another great game you can play while in quarantine is handball. Handball you can play inside and outside, as I'll demonstrate here. Just grab a household item. We have an extension cord. Use that as your line and you're ready to go. I've got my good mate Darren here. He's going to show me how it's done. But let's just show you how it goes, okay? Don't worry, Darren, I'll take it easy on you, mate. Out.
I'm not out.
Out.
I'm not out.
That's out. That was
No,
full.
no.
That was a full. That's it from me for this week. I'm just on the way to pick up some supplies so I can get through this quarantine, no worries. But I'll see you next time. That's me and Kings.
What?
Mate, you said you played this game. What are you talking about, Darren? Here we go.
Go.
Lines.
No, that was a
Lines.
fuck. That was
Well,
a foot. That was right.
that was on the line.
That was a foot.
That was on the
That
line.
was a foot. I'll cut your other fingers off.
Well, I hope those announcements helped you in some way, shape or form, if at all, anything. Anyway, now we're going on to a leaders challenge because we haven't forgotten about you or your teams, so stay tuned. For our challenge today, since you guys can't be here with us to represent your teams, we are representing your teams for you. So Jemima is standing in for the Noirs. Still don't understand why that name is a thing. And I am standing in for the Splats. Woohoo! Okay. The challenge today is going to be who knows the old school game of concentration. If you don't know, it goes a little bit like this. This is a game of concentration. No repeat. Okay, you should be with me at this point. Now, since we can't play the actual game of concentration due to social distancing, which we are abiding by, we are going to play it to a rapping track, which means we have to stick to the beat of the backing track in the words we are saying. And our topic today is, Jemima, what is our topic?
Pets.
Pets. Basically, last one in, last one who doesn't stumble, repeat a word, or just flat out fail, wins and represents their team well. Are you ready, Jemima? Splats. But okay. We are ready. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I'm going to start the music and we're going to get into this. All right,
Okay.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll go second.
The topic is, okay, we're ready. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I'm ready. Okay. Here we go. Dogs
And cats.
and frogs
And hamster.
and piglet
And snakes.
and horses
And lizards.
and fish.
And... I was gonna say canine.
Wow, what a challenge. I have to say I'm very proud of the Splats for coming through in that one, but we have so much more planned for you. Let's jump on to an interview that we filmed earlier. Hey everyone, since we can't meet in person, we thought it would be cool if we did a bit of a get to know your leaders a bit more so we still feel connected even in this time. So I have with me Adam. Hi Adam.
Hey.
Thanks for coming. And I think we're just going to ask a few questions and I might even get to know you a bit better in this, so that will be cool. So first of all, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself that we wouldn't know, like straight off the bat?
Okay, something you wouldn't know is my parents were under the, what would you say? They thought I was going to be a girl when I was going to be born, essentially. So they had this big plaque made called Madison because that was going to be my name. And instead of being able to give that to me because I turned out to be a boy, they actually put it on the house and named our house Madison, which was a bit ridiculous.
Wow.
Aaron knows it's a true story as well.
Aaron, is that true?
Verified. There we go. Not everything's false.
So is it to this day your house is named Madison?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll look at it. I think it's just blended in, but there's actually a little plaque on the house that says Madison.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Wow. Well, actually, Madison and Adam, like I can see a
little
little
similar?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And so what have you been doing since this whole craziness has happened? Has much changed?
Lots has changed. I think the biggest thing is I used to work in the city from Tuesday.
too,
And
fun
I
fact.
think, I actually work at home now, which has been interesting. So I was like going crazy on Amazon and Officeworks trying to build a home office and getting along with this abbreviation of WFH. I'm like, oh, I hate it. Just type it normally. So I've actually been eating so much healthier and cheaper because I usually just buy lunch and buy snacks all the time in the city and buy coffee. So I haven't been spending money, which is amazing.
Have you been still getting takeaway coffees or just like
Not at all. I actually have an espresso machine, but I never
Nice.
use it because I get coffee in the city.
Yes.
So that's been fantastic.
I like it.
Yeah.
I am working from home a bit as well, and my older brother Todd, who you would know, is at YWAM, and so when he moved out, as soon as he moved out, we rearranged his room into an office. Like we didn't like keep it as like a monument. Nah, now it's our work at home office. So
Hopefully it doesn't come back then.
yeah, if he comes back, we're like, sorry, we don't have a space for you.
Sleep on the couch.
If you see this, Todd, I'm sorry. Your bed's still around.
Somewhere.
So in this time where a lot of things seem to be changing and a lot of things seem to be cancelled, could you offer a piece of advice or like what we can do during this time while we're at home a lot, trying to survive.
Yeah, I guess something that I've found, I noticed over the past week or two, is I've been spending a lot of time on Facebook and YouTube and watching the news, and it kind of crept up on me. I didn't really realize that it was starting to affect me. That constantly what I was waking up to was checking my phone, what's the newest things with coronavirus, and going to bed was like, what's going to happen in the morning, what are the new measures to come out, and it kind of took a bit of a depressing outlook on what I'm doing day to day. And I realized, oh my gosh, I need to snap out of this and stop looking into it so much that it's actually playing on my mind so much. And as like with anything that goes on in life, if things are really tough, I just try to ponder on God and a worship song or a verse in the Bible. And when I constantly have that on my mind, it really changes my outlook.
Yeah.
So I was actually talking to Kale the other day, and we were challenging ourselves to spend less time thinking about coronavirus and what's going on in the media and just spend that time with God.
Yeah.
And we were really encouraging each other with that. So I found spending that time with God with less media, then also spending time with other people and encouraging each other, that's really helped me recently.
So good. Yeah, it's definitely true. We just have to when it seems to consume everything, we always have to turn it back to God. Really good. Okay, a couple more questions for you. Have you developed any hobbies, or would you like to develop some hobbies that you can do at home whilst you're stuck there? And are there any ideas that you can give to our listeners or viewers?
Yes, definitely. The first hobby that I've actually found yesterday was my cat is beautiful. And we had
You
this.
only just found this
So
out.
I knew it all along, but I didn't know that this could become something real. We got an email yesterday from work. I work for a company called Picture Partners, and they're global. It's not global, they're just in Australia, national. Pretty big. But they said, send us in a picture of your furry pet or whatever pet you have, and we can have a competition for who has the cutest
Yes.
pet. So I was like, oh my gosh. So they said, send it in with your iPhone or whatever phone you got. And I messaged Aaron, like, you got any professional photos of Elisha? And I'll claim it's my iPhone. And I sent that in, and they were blown away by how good the photos were. So I'm like, I can enter my cat in competitions to make money or just have fun. And that's all
that.
working at home. It's safe, and
Yes.
there's no coronavirus risk.
Wow.
So it's great.
And apparently dogs can't get coronavirus. So is that the same for cats? That's pretty safe.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Aaron gave the thumbs up, so
Oh.
he knows stuff, so
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is a great hobby. Would you recommend that hobby?
Not if you're going to compete with me, because Elisha's adorable, so you'll probably lose. If you think you might win, send us some photos. We'd love to see, but I'm afraid enter some other competitions and you might win.
I agree.
Good luck. Yeah.
Okay, final question for
Yeah.
you. Completely unrelated, but just for some fun. If you could bring back one fashion trend from any era, what would it be?
I
put Adam on the spot. He did not know
This
this
is really
was
on the
coming.
spot.
Yeah.
Man, I'd love to wear a denim jacket. I just can't do it. It's so depressing. Like, Emily's got one. I see other people that are really cool that have denim jackets. I just can't do it, but I feel like if it was really in trend, I could get into it.
Okay, yeah.
But right now, I just can't do it. I just don't have the right pants that go with denim jackets. I don't know what it is, or I don't have the right hair or skin color.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, if it comes back as a trend, I feel like I could just jump on the bandwagon and feel accepted for once.
Just because it's a trend, because trends can look bad and you can look bad in them, but as
Exactly.
long as you're on trend.
As long as I don't feel self-conscious because everyone else looks bad, it's great.
Plus, if you're at home, you can just wear it and feel
People are only going to see your Instagrams.
Just take photos of your cats.
Precisely.
Well, thank you, Adam. This was really fun, and I hope you
was.
got to know Adam a bit more. I really like that story
little bit.
about your house, and now it has
It's
a
amazing,
name. I
yeah.
feel like I need to name my family house now.
You're going to name your house, but
Yes,
not Madison.
actually, that should be like, go name your house.
Or if
send
your
us-
house is named, please tell us.
Yes, please do. Let us know if there's more like this. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that interview and got something out of it. Now we're going to head over to a word from our very own Pastor Rick.
Hey guys, looks like we're going to be seeing a bit more of each other like this, which is a bit of fun. I guess you have been now invited into the inner sanctum of Rick's office, Ricktopia in here. I've got a happy plant over there. I've got my lounge over there. You're kind of sitting on the lounge area at the moment, which is nice. And you're probably seeing a whole lot of books here behind me. And I bet you're asking this really important question. Have I read them? My answer to you is absolutely not. Have you seen how many books are there? There is a lot of pages. There is a lot of words. I do not have that time. I have 2 children and a wife. Plus, I have to look after you guys. I don't have time to read. But the world's gone a little bit weird lately, and there is a good chance I might actually get a little bit more reading time, which is not a bad thing. Another fun thing is that many people actually haven't been in here before, and now all of you are now in my office. But like coming back to the weirdness of what is going on in the world at the moment, it has gone a little bit crazy. And some of you may have affected, some of you it might not have affected, but it's definitely affected us down here at church because I'm talking to you on a camera. And if you think that's weird, it's not that weird to me. I actually had to do this a couple of times for the Bible college, so it's quite natural for me to just talk to a lens. I do see all of you out there, and I see all of you people who are touching your face right now. The government said you cannot touch your face, so stop doing it. I know, it's hard to do. It's hard to do because this is like my favorite thinking pose. Doing this. That's the only reason I have a beard, is to do this. Otherwise, I would go clean shaven. But that's not quite true either, because if I go clean shaven, I've actually got a cleft chin. Kate calls it a bum chin. I'm not allowed to show my bum chin, so that's why I've got this here, okay? Designer stubble covers a bum chin. But that's not what you came into my office to talk about. We wanted to talk about what's actually going on in the world at the moment. And I want to talk to you about what is actually important. When our world gets turned upside down like this, it really gives us a good opportunity to think about what is important. And if you're looking on the news and you're looking in shopping centres and people treating toilet paper as the most important thing in the world, or people treating 2-minute noodles as the most important thing in the world, or pasta, and pasta is great, toilet paper is great, noodles are great. I actually had some 2-minute noodles yesterday. It was wonderful. I had pasta at the beginning of the week, fettuccine with little like waves on it. It was fantastic. I used toilet paper several times today, but that's going a little bit too far. And that's good too, but is it really, really important? We have to think at this time, what is important in our life? And C.S. Lewis has this really great quote about Christianity. It's a really famous quote, and a lot of you guys would have heard me actually talk about it in the past. And I just have to look down at it, even though I've read this many times, I don't remember off the top of my head. And we get it right. So he says, Christianity, if false, is of no importance, and if true, of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important. What you believe is really important. What you believe, as the world is going a bit crazy right now, is really, really important. What do you think is important at the moment? Do you think toilet paper is really that important? Do you think rice is really that important? I think we have to take the time to reflect on that. We've got this social distancing, so we can't be in close quarters with people anymore. So we've got some people who are isolating and having to self-isolate in their homes. We've literally got people dying. We've got the economy which is turned on its head. We've got people in small business and families that are really feeling a lot of strain. Do we really think toilet paper is that important? I don't think so. I think there is more important things in life than just toilet paper. Doesn't matter if it's cottonelle or not. It's not that important. What's important is what you believe. What you believe is the thing that is going to get you through this time. And I'll tell you what I believe. I believe that Jesus came and died to give us hope. He gave us a hope which is an anchor for our souls. We don't have to go through this chaos alone. The church is here to be a vessel of hope. Eastcoast Youth is here to be a vessel of hope. And though we're not going to be meeting like normal, we still are going to be connected. We have so many different ways that we can connect. I'm connecting with you right now. And we can use our phones, we can use our computers, we can use YouTube, we can use Instagram to connect. And we can communicate to the world what is really important. And the most important thing for us to answer at this time is, who is Jesus to you? Is he moderately important? Is he really important? Or is he not important? Because the only thing he can be is either really important or not important at all. As C.S. Lewis said, He can't be moderately important. You can't be on the fence about this. And this is a great time, young people, for you to actually ask that question. Is Jesus important to you? Because I can tell you 100% ironclad guaranteed, he is really important to me. And that's why at the moment I feel this thing called peace. When you think about the Christmas story and what Jesus means within that Christmas story, it said, Prince of Peace, joy to the world, the Lord has come. Yeah, it's not Christmas, it's actually closer to Easter, but the message is the same. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. We can get through times of trouble, times of weirdness within our world because we have this peace. And I tell you something, peace is really, really important at the moment. And the only person who can give you peace is Jesus. And peace is not just this weird idea. It is not this whole, I have peace right now. No. Peace is a person, and that person is Jesus. How important is Jesus to you? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. That's the thing that you need to ask yourself when the world has gone crazy. Who is Jesus to you? Do you have that kind of hope in your heart? Do you have that within your mind? Some of you may be feeling a bit anxious about what is going on. Your parents might be feeling a bit down and things might be tense at home. Groceries mightn't be coming in as thick and fast as they usually do. You might be able to get your Weet-Bix, you might be able to get your Nutri-Grain. I actually got some Nutri-Grain the other day and it was lovely. I also got Sultana brand. That's what older people start to eat, you know. I've got bags under my eyes now. I need some fiber. But that's not what we're here to talk about. There is serious stuff that is going on. Some of your households might be feeling a whole lot of tension. And I know there are so many young people who suffer with anxiety and they suffer with depression, and things like this can really shake you. But the anchor that we have, the one thing that we have that sets us apart from the rest of the world, is that Jesus is our hope. He is our Lord. He is our Savior. And the only way that we can actually sail through these storms is having him at the helm. He is the most important thing in your life. And we're going to keep having these kind of conversations over the coming weeks. You're going to be seeing a lot more of my face. You'll see Cheyenne's face. You'll see Kate's face again. And we're going to get preaching to you through the barrel of a camera, because we want to ram home how important it is to have hope. But we're going to have such a great time doing it. I want you to stay in contact with us. I want you to be able to give us your email addresses, your phone numbers, because we want you to engage with us so we can still be the East Coast youth that God has called us to be. But that is it from me for now, and we're going to see you again really, really soon. Peace out, mic drop.
Thanks for tuning in live to our first ever episode of Youth on the Line. We can't wait to see you next time, and we've got heaps more in store for you. See ya!